It's cleaver time.
But be a pretty scrappy lane. Kunkka sounds like a really annoying side laner.
Really cool shards to get excited about this game. Little friends, of course.
Dude, I think the Ench one is just sick. I know we're gonna see Ench like every game, but like the fact that it does more than just little friends now and gives you the second purge is so sick.
And that's probably another reason Enchantress is kind of strong, because you can use it to dispel the Crimson Guard that's been really terrorizing a lot of games. The item, it only lasts for 8 seconds, but like if that's the 8 seconds you're hitting on a guy, I mean, that's so much HP.
Oh, Ichi with a bit of a newer strat here. Radiant team invading up here. Not a place we've been seeing a lot of action. Definitely seeing more around the edges of the map. A lot of wards onto the twin gates. They're they are hiding under this ward and trying to get an early first blood here, perhaps on the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, whoever ends up coming for it. I kind of like wards like this sometimes. Just and that's one thing I like about the cliff wards so far, is that they are a little bit. They're not the same on both sides, it feels like. So I think that adds like some fun to Dota. Maybe it's going to make things a little bit one-sided when we figure out which ones are more broken and Radiant Dire win rates figured out a little bit better. But I like that the game just truly feels up in the air at the moment. I'm pretty into that.
Yeah.
Battle begins.
Don't worry here, we're just adjusting some settings, but everything is fine.
Very nice.
These are the settings you need to be a very high-level player, in case you guys were curious. Screenshot these, very important.
That's true. Yep, take notes, take notes. In the main game, Carlo gets stunned up, but he just leaps away, so don't worry. All good.
Just leaps away, just skills leap level 1 to get away.
Okay, well, we'll ignore that. I'm trying to help the people with the radio cast, all right? Matthew and Panda just making their way through here.
He's being zoned. Marana completely being zoned by both Enchantress and Nyx Assassin at the moment.
And still has leap.
3 mangoes all into the SF. Great dodge there by C Smile with the mischief. Gets the triple raise off, but actually doesn't get burned nearly as bad as it would have been otherwise.
That is kind of cool though. That even though you use the mischief, obviously it only reduces it prevents the damage, so you still get the debuff. So it's not a total loss for the SF.
It wasn't, but I mean, it's a big difference of damage.
Oh, huge.
Talking like an extra 140 or something like that. Pretty monstrous.
Mischiefs his way around and throws out a boundless strike there to try and secure some more CS.
Nicely done by C-Smile. It's really mitigated that a lot. It already cost us up a couple mangoes. Lane is fine. What the other lanes do?
Pretty chill. I mean, Carlos like back into it as he grabs the wave and just tries to bring over to Palos essentially. They're just hanging out up top. That's all right. We're getting it all fixed up. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna make sure you guys can have a pleasant experience. I'll let you know that creeps are dying, but heroes are fine, so it's okay.
Gotcha. Relatively even the safe lane Kunkka here. Might be in trouble.
I know. Oh, that's a long one.
Oh my god. That did so much damage.
Good old Ench. Oh, like a very strong hero right now. I believe he just missed the blood grenade. Yep.
Oh,
do you think he gets that blood grenade into chase down Fable? Probably. I don't think the blood grenade was going to kill. Bit greedy.
You feel like really satisfied when people fuck up their blood grenades on you?
Oh yeah. This item's griefing. I hate this item. Not a fan.
Weaker players grief with it a lot for sure, and even pro players sometimes. I mean, it's got projectile time, right? So you think the AOE is good, but if they're running away, it might not.
That's true. Yeah, you got to at least account a little bit there. But Carlo does what Marana does pretty much best, especially when you have early points in the leap, and that has helped to kill some couriers. He's able to grab that as he's chased down here by an iron-shelled flag bearer creep. Starstorm gonna get hit there by the Carapace. Carlo still holding onto that blood grenade, so getting some bonus 50 HP here. Tank up a little bit in the lane.
Good splash damage so far by Palos here. Tied the Kunkka. Oh no, they fight for the lotuses.
The lotuses.
Great.
At the same time, the pull was done from Carlo up top there, so he's going to bounce to the lane. Meanwhile, down bottom, as you're seeing here, Panda and Pakazs just laying it up here. Pretty even. The Doom and the Rubik, so nothing
Doom
too
does
crazy.
have this Ring of Health now, though.
Oh yeah, the 5 branches Ring of Health. The immunity build.
Hacking the Earth stream right now.
Yep. Getting into the mainframe. Enabling. Palos, 2 points to the tiebreaker here, comes over and starts farming up this camp plus wave combo up top. That feels great. Meanwhile, down bottom here, Shanks and Panda trading some blows. As Panda has been blessed with being an edge picker now, which is great because he talked a lot about, you know, expanding his hero pool and needing his team to trust him on some heroes, and he's been busting out the edge even before the patch. So now is definitely the time to keep bringing this hero. She's real good now.
Trent, we have a level 2 Inferno Blade on Doom, and level 3's got Scorched Earth. The man doesn't even care about Devour. I don't know what to make of this. I guess if you're against a Slark, the armor that you get is like, it's only 1. So you're kind of like losing,
oh, sorry.
You're losing your
production in my ear here.
to do damage.
Okay, yes, I can help fix this. So you need to not leave the game, or sorry, you need to close the Dota client. Don't leave the lobby, but close the Dota client, restart it, rejoin in, and you should be able to see everything, hopefully. You can also try just hitting F1 and see if a Radiant Vision is, or all vision is just unbound, because that happens occasionally. Those are your two solution options.
Was he in like player perspective watching?
Yeah, I think he probably watched a replay. Yeah, a classic.
Yeah, that happens. It like holds the perspective.
Yeah. So the best solution is to probably restart the client and then join back into the lobby. Yep,
okay,
sounds good.
Radio cast with us on camera. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening, guys.
You'll have to sense by our eyebrows what's happening. Oh my god, Whisper might type first.
Whoa, he's back. Of course, finally. There we go. So there's a trade up top there. Carlo will kill Whisper, but then Matthew kills Palos. And then Matthew, with the stun, tries to get caught. Oh, he does! He took the Mind Flare early! He saw the situation.
This is very good. The best fight all game just happened. Trading hits. Yeah, Nick's stats are now level 4.5 here. Pretty nice. Kunkka teleporting back to the top lane. Back in the mid lane, actually. Here's a gank. Bob is being ran down by C-Smile. A lot of summons. They actually get the kill. Really nicely done. That was a Mud Golem broken into pieces and a Hellbear Smasher. Incredible restart.
Making it look easy. Does not quite get back in time for the bounty, though, unfortunately. And oh, we got our vision, guys. Solved. Game is saved, and we'll rotate back down bottom. Throws an Ob Sentry combo up on that cliff. That is not an Ob Sentry combo. That is just Sentry. Okay, cool, from that cliff. All right.
Pips, and it is confusing.
We're working on the pips. Yeah.
Doom has gone back for Devour now at level 4, finishing his Vanguard. The Vanguard and 5 Ironwood branch strategy.
Radiant's middle tower
Very cool
is under
shit.
attack.
No abilities quite yet, though. He hasn't found the time for a creep that he could actually munch on outside the lane.
Even though there's a billion more small camps.
That's right, yeah. Can't quite get there in this off-lane roll, unfortunately. A little bit harder here. It's back up top here. Palos going to find C-Smile rotating to his lane with the Boundless Strike. And the right-click. Whisper actually gets the last little bit of damage there from an Ion Shell, presumably. C-Smile not getting his lane tax on the rotation. Just going to try and take it out tower instead. SF in the meantime, though. Bob just pounding away on this tower in some form of redemption.
Imagine this ever happening like 2 weeks ago, where like the mid player ganks the off lane and he stays beating on that tower while he lets the enemy mid beat on his tower. It's so interesting. They just literally don't care. I mean, this is the one that matters, that they really care about killing, and it kind of makes sense because it's going to kick Kunkka out of a safe place.
Dyer's top tower
and C-Smile is successful.
Getting 6 from this wave. This creep's going to die under tower. Matty's going to get 6 at 7.5 minutes.
So early.
That is kind of crazy. I was wondering if we'd see more supports mid.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense, right? If everybody is ignoring the lane, you might as well increase sense. He does get perfectly spotted, though. Yeah.
Yeah. They have the early Ob Sentry combo. That could have been a bad sign there. Because we were talking about how like the Mind Flare isn't that useful unless you're actually hitting the ulti. But when it's 7.5 minutes in and you're finding a Shadow Fiend in the jungle, that's going to be a lot of damage.
Insane that he's 6 at this point in the game. It is.
Dude, Bob's done. He's like, where can he go?
Just get spotted. He's getting him with the damage for sure before this runs out. Oh no, he's gonna go with that guy instead.
Takes the freebie. A little bit harder to execute on the SF. That early 1 Carapace, only 0.4. Doesn't slow down Bob very much here. X is out. The boat's coming through here too. It is gonna land. Bob pops the ulti here to help out as they try and bring down C-Smile. Matthew was able to escape. Gonna try and follow Palos back up to the north here. Boundless Strike hits. Panda's got 2 points. in the impetus, so there's a bit of damage here. Matthew also rotating back through, has the tranquil boots already as well, plus a fairy fire and a windlace. So this guy is super speedy. This is the Trent build. This is my patented Nyx Assassin windlace. You just buy all the items that use windlace on this hero.
And then you become very quick at nighttime.
Exactly.
Stacking this camp up for a squad here. Panda gonna take some damage, but he's fine. Got a very nice hat.
It's very warm and cozy. It keeps you alive in the coldest of nights.
How many fluffy hats do you own?
Dude, I have literally hundreds. There's just so many fluffy hats. They just keep surviving in your house. You move houses and they just like fall out of cupboards here. There's toques everywhere.
Oh, they might kill Carlo.
Oh, he's a fool of a toque. Oh no, it's Matthew who's the fool. Misses the stun. Shanks rotates in, but can't do a whole lot here because Carlo's not interested in this. He's like, bro, I just barely survived. Just let me go home, okay?
That's a tough one. Matthew, he kind of lost his opportunity to eat the Starstorm because he wasn't visible when it came out. Would have been made it a lot easier to get a spike carapace reflect. So just unfortunate timing, but the matter stands. That's 2 towers that they've just completely destroyed. And if you look at the tower health of the other towers on the EG side, both are very safe. The safe lane one for Pakazs is huge. Like, think how different these games are. Palos can't even like stay on the creep wave, but like Pakazs gets to push a wave, take a camp, push a wave, take a camp. It's so much easier for him to get net worth right now.
They're just trying to find these safe havens for Bob to become a hero. He's lowest of the cores right now in this game. Matthew, at least currently on the Radiant side. These earlier levels in Vendetta, it's a little bit more difficult. You know, later levels, it's 100% uptime. Right now, it's only 50% uptime with your Vendetta. So you can't, like, mega bully someone like an SF out of the jungle, but still something to be concerned about. So they're going to start rotating down towards Tino. Vendetta up in 5 seconds. See if the Vanguard plus the Lotus can save him. Starts in. A little bit of damage here. Tries to dodge. Not able to get there. And with Whisper here as well. And Pakazs. All right. Everybody relax. Now I see why Whisper's getting all the kills.
He wanted the per magic. Showing up to every single fight thing.
Middle tower is under
Genius.
attack.
Got the faded brooch, so he definitely can get around pretty quick. Very good item to start things off. So broom handle on Monkey King, in case his attack range wasn't enough. Very cool stuff. Gonna go Echo Saber. Yo, I was looking at I was watching this other game in between the break, and there was some Ember Spear with an Orb of Corrosion and that other orb item, and it just looks freaking disgusting, I gotta say.
Oh, that sells Balance Strike into an easy peasy impale.
It's like you have 2 orbs of corrosion basically. They both lower armor by 3 and slow your movement speed.
That is kind of crazy.
Nasty.
Maybe they shouldn't stack.
They do seem very good to stack.
A bit much, but you know what else is great? Is stealing ancient stacks from the enemy. All does rotate in here, but they can't do much in time. The Doom comes out. It's going to dispel the surge and try and slow down the escape of Whisper. Now they're going to bring out the monkeys here. The Wukong's command C-Spell gets tossed to the low ground, though. That's going to cancel, but it also gets him out of danger. They're still chasing after Whisper. Can't get the deny in time. He does drop. Matthew has Impale in 1. The turn hits it only onto Palos, though. Can't get the second connection out of the Bob, so going to get shut down there with the raise.
Trent, I don't think that was an ancient stack. I think that was a Tormentor that they killed because they're trying to kill because it was dealing a shitload of damage to them. And then the enemy squad came along to take it themselves, and they got slaughtered. Very reminiscent of a Tormentor fight.
That's an early preview of what might happen at 20 minutes indeed here. And that hurt because they've been really controlling this map, taking these towers. That was supposed to be their reward for all that hard work, but great timing there from Execration, considering it all started with Carlo dying. Maybe it was a little bit greedy to try and take that after, considering like they're fully known to be in that area. Execration gets punished.
That puts Slark back into the jungle a little bit defensively. They do still have their towers, so they didn't lose that much, all things considered. But Doom's got his Midas up now.
I love this path for Nyx. It's so crazy that this exists. I'm stacking the Ancients. You're gonna be like, it's a bit risky. Oh, dude, I don't know. Oh, Obs. He lets the stack happen. They don't Sentry. I think he was scared they were gonna Sentry at the time he did that. Now, do you wait here for 14? Is this the play? Because you're going to lose your invis. And there is a Watcher that's taken over by the enemy here. So Matthew's currently sitting as... Uh-oh. He was just seen... He's trying to hide in between. He's going to cut down the tree. So Matthew in big trouble here. Duking around. Hopefully he can deny himself to the Ancients. Throws up the Carapace there onto the arrow. Not going to be able to find the big play. Just kind of didn't sync up with the good timings right now.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to sit around and hopefully steal the experience rune, the wisdom rune, when it came up in another minute, and kind of realized that he was in a bad place. I mean, Invis simply ran out. Maybe C-Smile's going to take this.
Yeah, they have the obs here, though.
So they're just going to split the experience. It's fine, too. Fighting by Tricamp. Nice kill by Pakazs.
Oh, at the same time here, with the Invis on the Palos, he's going to try and turn this play onto C-Smile, but C-Smile, pretty scary dude here. He does grab that wisdom rune, so the 560 XP will go to this Monkey King. And Matthew trying to go for a backstab here with the Vendetta in behind, but there are sentries up on that cliff, so a dangerous path to go. Gonna try and use his own sentry for some protection here.
Dire's bottom tower.
He is now scouted by some Dire wards and sentry combos here through the mid lane. Courier sent back, or else Matthew would have got it. Another sentry gonna spot Matthew as he chases after Bob.
He's got a shield rune though.
And trying to bait this out here, obviously knowing that he was coming, and Tino was rotating in from the jungle, but he doesn't have the mana to do a whole lot.
Radiant's
Can't go
middle
for a
tower
Doom
is
play
under
or anything
attack.
here, so it's just enough to keep Bob safe.
You know, friends, people have been talking shit about my homies, the Watchers. The Watchers saved Bob's life just there. You just slap a little sentry down by the Watcher, and maybe like a person that's visible takes it once in a while, but sometimes it also spots the next assassin running past.
I mean, it was also the Watcher that got him killed by the Tormentor earlier, too. When he was waiting for that rune, it was the Watcher combo that sandwiched him in between those two areas when he ran out of Vendetta. If it wasn't for the Watcher, they wouldn't have seen him.
So right.
Yeah, Watcher's doing stuff, guys. Turns out. I guess we do have to would it capture these things? Light them? I noticed that the buff says that they're lit. So Watchers are
so
indeed lit.
The craziest thing is that Nick's hit 6 at 7 minutes, and he just got a wisdom room to hit level 8. It's such an amazing like laning stage, but it's very hard to find the kills afterwards. The opponents did a good job kind of turtling that scary shit from happening.
Yeah, like on the one hand that sounds bad, but at the same time at least he was using that early level advantage to like try and slow down those enemy cores. But I feel like it definitely could have went better.
True. They go Boots of Travel on Doom as well, so you can get around the map a bit faster. I saw Kunkka going for an Orchid as his current plan. Phase, BKB, normal stuff. But Orchid after to get some nice setup.
We get pushed out here. The force stab early on here from Shanks. Nice double stun. Trying to get the last on the Tino, but they can't get it. Still surviving Pakazs. Dark Packs out of that one. So some clutch stays here from Execration. Feels like they've always got those allies there nearby to help, and now in combination with this force staff from Shanks, we're gonna have a mech here from Carlo as well to try and help out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good mech for sure. I mean, the force staff is obviously a little bit safer against a Slark, but this is gonna work totally fine. Armor for himself and his allies. Keep them alive through some like chain bursts that the mix provides. Gonna miss though. Pakazs is so comfortable to sit here and farm.
Not feeling pressured at all. Panda 4 points in the impetus as well. We're gonna chuck some damage back at Palos. Apparently it's the Dire's Satyr creep that's in here. Chucking it out. As that is enchant stolen from the Rubik. Shanks just those tools here. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, they have found themselves a bob. And well, Matthew bobbing in the water here at Palos' ghost ship. He's not too concerned. Smile, Doom, but turning, getting out of there. Man, he was speedy with that surge, and now the big vacuum. The punish is here from Whisper. The stolen, though. The impale from Shanks. Trying to turn this fight around, trying to get Palos back up to the high ground. He heals once more, but he's not quite able to get there. The boundless strike as well. They want to keep the chase going. Get some more stacks onto Pakazs, but these Edge players keep stealing the kills. That's okay, though, because we're up to 6 permanent Agi on Pakazs now.
What a fight. I mean, it starts off with just SF dying pretty much, and then they go to try to get a reverse kill with the Doom, but the Surge comes, and then the nice vacuum impale into the office of impale. Great impales, but ultimately all of Execration are dead, and EG's going to continue pressuring the map. They've just done a really good job this game. I really liked how, like, it really did feel like C-Smile just started this off with his, like, rotation top into, like, committal to kill the tower. Then they took mid tower, and they've just been playing on the enemy side of the map. So yeah, they made a mistake here and there with a fight, but it just feels like Execration is playing defensive. Yeah. EG is ready to farm the enemy map constantly.
They have constantly been like dictating the tempo of this game. I mean, to the point where now Shadow Fiend has to pick up the force staff here in combination, trying to get this Hurricane Pike and maybe give himself some options here versus this Slark. What I really like about C-Smile, like you said, is like he got active early, and then he knows that he's creating space for these two heroes. Darkseer is a greedy offlaner. He wants time to farm up, and like Whisper always delivers when you give him this space. So I also like that he went mech into the pipe before finishing off the Greaves, just because how good we've seen pipe to be right now. Want to get that all done nice and early, and there's just so much magic damage on Execration in this game.
Yeah, there really is. I mean, Doom's damage is good. SF has huge damage. Conka has huge magic damage. Perfect. And they're going to go in for a kill.
Shanks is trying to get there in time. They're going to turn onto him instead. They're not able to get the kill onto the Kunkka. So forced to BKB and head back home. Not the worst for Execration, but they're going to give him some more space. Matthew hunting in here, trying to find someone else. Has a Yules to perhaps set up something if his allies can catch up in time. Gets the lead in. There's no BKB, so he's got the follow-up. Wants it. Goes for the wall. Still has the vacuum as well to pull him back in. He's going to do it. Boundless Strike coming in from C-Smile. There it is. Now Pakazs waiting. He still has both leads here from the Aghanim Scepter. Going to hop right on the bomb. There comes the ulti trying to drive them back, but the Dark Pact is there.
Right.
Easy peasy.
And the pipe as well. The pipe and the Dark Pact there. Just completely protecting Slark. It looked kind of scary for him. I mean, he got nailed by that arrow right before the Requiem, but just didn't do that much damage, surprisingly.
I was impressed with the commitment, because, yeah, it looked scary.
Mags is finished on the Slark, so anywhere that you show, they will leap at you. Visible or not visible, they're ready to fight.
And there's the Tormentor spawn. They're going to move in. We have, I think, 0 purchase shards on the Radiant, indeed. So it's going to be a roll between our bottom two on the Ench and the Nyx Assassin. Either would be great, and it is going to Panda's Enchantress. So it's going to be Little Friends. Not the most relevant this game, perhaps unless Rubik steals Enchant again. But more accurately for the double Ench stacks. Great stuff.
Yeah, it'll still be very useful for sure. Slap that on somebody that's not BKB'd, melee core, Kunko or whoever else. You'll have some really nice slow there. Not the absolute worst. I really like this change because it just solves the whole like the rat race of constantly having to buff and nerf shards. Because like they want to, like ideally when you're game designing, right, you want everyone to like potentially buy them. But there's just so many shards that you just never can justify buying for so many complex reasons that are hard to balance around. So just the fact that they come into the game more abundantly than before, whereas second Roshan it always goes to your fucking greedy ass carry. I just love the fact that it now allows you to be like, well, my shard's not very good, but it's free. I really like that. I think it's a nice game design that makes people happy. Maybe it power creeps the network too fast or something, but it makes me pleased to watch people with really bad shards get it. It's like, well, at least we get to see somebody use Little Friends.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I definitely thought that you got 2 charges of enchant up until right now. So my bad. Yeah, it's just 2 enchant units. Oh, I see. Were you on that page as well?
I think I couldn't remember what it did.
Yeah, I thought it
said it, so
I mind pilled you. Yeah, it's alright. It's just 2 enchanted creeps at once. 2 charges would be insane with the double purge. That would be really, really strong. I mean, it's obviously still good to have double creeps. But
it's even better.
It's
it's much better now as a shard in this case then, because then he's like a half chen or something.
Yeah.
Whereas if he had 2 charges of enchant, it would just be okay, I think.
Well, and
it's
plus
actually
the fact that
better in this case.
Yeah, plus it's the fact that you still have Little Friends as well, so it's just like a bonus factor of the shard, and the fact that it affects 2 abilities is pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'm into it then. Definitely a really solid shard. Whispering.
Moonlight Shadow, jump in here. Ooh, he uses the ranged Vendetta attack here to try and get their kill onto Whisper, but it's just not enough. Can't get there. And that's actually crazy too, with the damage not being enough. I mean, hey, at least they burned the mana of Whisper. That definitely hurts for a Darkseer. Can't throw down the wall after that vacuum, thanks to that Vendetta from earlier. Now Matthew chasing in, throws up the stun himself. They have vision here. They're going to take the pillar. Trying to get their own idea here. The BKB turnaround. The arrow comes out. Oh, able to dodge the damage, but not the stun there on C-Smile. So Tino comes in. He's out of mana too, though. He needs the mango if he wants to drop this Doom, but he doesn't want to go for it. Now he throws it out. They're going to doom themselves onto the Slark instead. Dispel this, he says. Oh, big stun there. Not able to grab it, though. The stun now back from Matthew. It's just a battle of the impales here between Execration and EG, and EG are winning as they finally pick up some kills in this fight. Shanks on the escape here. Panda gonna throw out the slow. C-Smile is here with the impetus damage. Surely to fall. He just lets it happen so he can get a faster respawn. Get me back in the fight, he says. But they're on the high ground now from EG.
Yeah, another 2 damage for the Desolator here on Monkey King. Unfortunately for him, did not get his Corrosive Orb. Is that what it is? No, it's Orb of Corrosion. What's the other one?
The Orb of Destruction?
Orb of Destruction. Red Orb, of course. It's been incredibly good on Monkey King, but this is great too. Little Van Brace for his attack speed. Oh man, they're comboing so well.
They just make it look so easy. Very in sync right here from EG.
The
It was a half-hearted defense from Execration.
It was. I mean, their combo would have been really good if it landed. It was like X into arrow into boat combo. They would have done a ton of damage, but they just mis-executed, and then the fight just looked terrible afterwards.
Ross leaps in there on the Bob, but the 4-staff save from Shanks pulls them back, but they're just taking the towers at the same time. Pakazs gets the bounty on both there. Melee and range go down. 1 inch. She has surpassed Bob's Shadow Fiend at this point in net worth.
Bad sign.
Bad sign.
Very bad sign. Yeah, because whenever the SF is like right-click and Slark, I'm like expecting a lot more damage to happen. It doesn't happen. That's the double net worth almost. That's not double. Still doing Hurricane Pipe for the necessity to get away from their heroes. Get himself out of the vacuum wall and away from the Slark too.
Stolen Tree Dance here. Very helpful for Shanks in a game in this state. Wants to try and save Tino, gives him the 4-staff from trying to escape out himself, but it just might result in both of them dying. He jumps over, gets hit with the impetus. They're going to turn onto Shanks instead. Leave the Doom. He pops the BKB. Turns on the T-Smile. The boat lands. Big stuns. Shanks jumps back down. Can they actually damage? But no. The vacuum, the wall, dropped by Whisper again as Matthew throws out the impale. Bob's going to try and run, but they already know the end of this story. Everyone's just trying to escape. Tino TP's back to the base. Matthew's up ahead. Gets the Yules. Doesn't have to start to follow up. Plus Palace is the BKB anyway, but my goodness, BKB does not look like much of a saving grace these days. That's an 18k lead as Pakazs picks up a killing spree.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not done.
Just in the base, no problem at all. He's going to lose his courier for that one, but I don't think he cares. And BKB's defense, that was a Deso Harpoon Monkey King with Phase and a Van Brace and freaking Orb of Corrosion. He is very farmed and does a lot of physical damage. Kunkka did not opt for any armor items this game. No blade mill type thing, so just Phase, I guess. So yeah, he got shredded kind of easy.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Absolutely dominated right there. Execration looks like they're going to try out one more defense. Shanks needs to find something good to steal. Tino ready with the Blink, the War Stomp, and the Doom. Has to find his target. Still no protections here for Pakazs. Who's going to go for it? There's the Doom right away. Matthew pops out with Carapace and the Impale. They're trying to turn on Tino and get that kill first, but the Slark, he's dead. They do actually get the kill. The question is, can they actually turn it into something more than just a Slark kill? I mean, sure, they can be happy with that, but they need more to get back into this game. T-Smile still staying near the racks, trying to bring them down. Dropping low. X up here. 18 stacks on this death, so if he can turn, he's got the damage, but they get the arrow. Matthew comes through, hits the double impale, but it's not enough to save his Monkey King in time. But Panda picks up the snipe in the backline. Bob looking for a couple of raise kills here. The Yules will delay his death just a little bit. I say that. He turns. Oh, Matthew. Oh, he's good. The stolen Mind Flayer there to help out there with the damage from Carlo for the kill as Panda, the last surviving member to stay near this base. Whisper's just farming on the other side of the map right now. And Shanks just, he can't do a whole lot right now. He's got a Mind Flayer. He's going to steal the Ench instead, or the Enchant rather. We'll just let her go. But hey, some big kills.
Oh man, crazy in the last couple seconds of those little skirmishes there. It looked like everything was gonna be fine for Shadow Fiend, but that Spike Carapace really ruined it all. Oh, they lose another set of barracks almost. Range barracks is very low, but they sort of won a team fight. They got 2,500 gold out of it. Mirana made 1,000 gold from that fight actually. And now she has a buckler. Good luck smashing through her armor next fight.
Boom, done. Yeah, I didn't realize how cool Carapace is now that actually, I mean, obviously it's still annoying if they BKB, but the fact you can like still do damage to it is kind of interesting for some heroes.
Yeah, that's a really good point actually.
Pakazs just hops onto Palos though. The save's not there yet. They don't quite need it. They're still just hanging out the creep wave here.
Like, I'm just here to hit creep.
Yeah, you guys are pretty much creeps at this point anyway,
like
so.
27 armor. Yeah, he really doesn't have a lot to fear here. His overall high raw HP.
And there is a Blink Yule's 4-staff build here from Matthews. The mobility is high. Well, Shanks tries to use 4-staff his own to escape. And the telekinesis, but with all the tools in his little box of tricks, he still can't survive. And Whisper is on a killing spree here. 5, 2, and 17.
That's good stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry, Trenamite, believe in my eyes, is that a Sanjin Yasha on Monkey King that I'm seeing?
This forbidden item of years gone past.
People are buying it?
That is weird to see.
I mean, the status resistance is good if you get doomed,
Radiant's bottom tower.
but normally people just don't give a shit. They'll just go like BKB instead. It does seem wild that he doesn't have BKB.
I mean, that's
But-
the thing. I think that's why we're seeing this item more, is that BKB just doesn't feel great.
It could be the reality of the pipe buff, you know. It's like if you have auras on your team, you just don't feel the need to have BKB quite as much.
Yeah. I think people are definitely gonna try and greed away from it these days now.
I mean, Whisper did get a BKB himself, but that one makes more sense in my mind because he's the guy that needs to like buff up his allies. So him having BKB is pretty helpful, and his cores can just focus on doing like really effective damage.
It makes sense because like the damage isn't the main factor for him, I guess. Like he just wants to be unimpeded because he just wants to cast all his buffs. Like he doesn't. I don't care if I take damage. I just want to like press all my buttons and do my wombo combo.
Yeah, that makes sense to me as a solution here.
No rally coming in here from the troll as he gets knocked down. Another steal on the enchant here from Shanks. Perhaps that can help him. Maybe he can get this Monkey King or something in these fights and try and help out a little bit as he just sits on the tree. Carlo direct. Oh, you're taking ion shell damage. No Quelling Blade here from Carlo though, so no quick punish. C-Smile's kind of insane for just sitting there, not gonna lie. Also, some very low HP here on the Pakazs. They jump into the back and they're gonna grab Whisper. The BKB, it's a little bit useless right now, but yeah, he is out of mana. That is true. The Wukong command comes out. They're still chasing Pakazs, getting low here. Still has the Aegis for 4 minutes, so they don't really want to focus all their efforts on him. Shanks takes a couple of impetus damage hits there, but does survive. Now things just sort of slow down as we retreat back to the high ground. Then we grab themselves Tino, though, and this is a guy who already used his Doom. He gets back to the high ground. The Moonlight Shadow, not enough saving the vacuum back. The wall as well. Shanks caught in the middle of it. Bob BKBing, retreating. Palos already used his BKB as well, so he's also just trying to get back to the well. Bob throws up the ulti from the safety of the high ground, but it's too late on the fear, and the GG is called all in sync there in Execration. That is another stompy game.
Another stompy game, yeah. It just feels like